How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. Wow, man! I just look at if you guys didn't, you guys gotta go to my brother, Barbershop Conversations. Gotta send him a special shout out. He did a hell of an interview, about Earl Spence Jr. And he pretty much Earl Spence Jr. man, pretty much laid it all out, man. I mean, he had a lot of words for the welterweight division, man. He pretty much said that Sean Porter can't sell. He said he sells way more than Sean Porter. He said he'll sell more than Sean Porter, okay, in Cleveland, in his hometown, in Ohio. So it's one of those things, man. He's been biting his tongue for a while, and Earl Spence pretty much let him have it. He says he will be the A side in the Terrence Crawford fight, okay? Okay, and he will be the A side in the Thurman fight, So he says, him beating Sean Porter will pretty much put him, in a level of in a conversation of his own, pretty much just separating himself, None of the other welterweights will have two belts. He will. So, he said a lot. He said that, Kenny Porter says a lot of things in interviews, but when he sees him in person, it's a different tone, you know. Not only that, he also says that, look, he says, um, I'm looking to end this fight early as possible. So he said I purposely, he said, I purposely, how would I say it? He said, I purposely salute from Pittsburgh, Corey Lee, with the late night ice season. Oh, thanks, still proving, man. Salute, man. No doubt, bro. I had to put this one in there, man. I appreciate your super chat, man. Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. But yeah, man, right now, Earl Spence, it pretty much he has the future lined up for him. He is the chosen one right now, But he can lose, okay? Anybody can lose in this game we call boxing. It's not a for sure thing that he'll beat Keith Thurman. It's not a for sure thing Keith Thurman beats Pacquiao, But there is a for sure. I pretty much think that in all scenarios that happen, I think at before it's all said and done, he's gonna have to see Crawford. The demand is too high. He did say he had trouble making weight. In the interview that he did, he said that it's getting it's tough. He said he think he might hire a nutritionist. He doesn't have a nutritionist right now, so that's another thing that he said he might have to do. Um, but he also said that when it comes to you know these guys that are wanting to fight him, he said the only reason why he's fighting Sean Porter is because Sean Porter has a belt. If Sean Porter didn't have a belt, he would have never mentioned his name. There would be no reason to fight Sean Porter, he said, if he didn't have a belt. So him having a belt, it definitely it definitely helped him out. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, man. I truly believe that you know Earl Spence. I think he can do numbers, man. I think whoever he fights, I think he can do numbers. I think he's starting to become his own entity. If he continues to win, the winning is the key. If he takes any losses or any dips and dives or whatever, And another thing that I seen too, he was not that dedicated for the Mikey Garcia fight. I was very surprised. He was not that dedicated for the Mikey Garcia fight. I thought he was gonna be more dedicated for the Mikey Garcia fight. He was not. And I was surprised. He's pretty much said, "Look, I didn't do any sit-ups. Um, I barely, did any strength and conditioning work." He said, "I didn't really do any strength and conditioning work." And I'm gonna be honest, man. Some of those things could possibly hurt him, man. And that, with him blowing up to these crazy weights, I mean, it's just a slew of things that Earl Spence is going through right now, man. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I really want to see this guy. I really want to see Earl Spence do well, man. But I just don't know how well he can do, man, if he's continuing, to do this to his body, man. But he definitely did say he wanted to fight the rest of these guys out here. He's gonna be fighting Sean Porter. Then he says he's gonna be fighting Keith Thurman if Keith Thurman wins, and then he says he's got to see uh, uh, Terrence Crawford. But I think Keith Thurman at the end of the day, I truly believe that he has got to get more discipline, man. He's got to get more discipline, man. I'm sorry, man. He's got to, man, because the shit that he's doing right now, man, I just don't see, I see some of that stuff catching up to him, man. Ballooning up to 190, he's not that now. He looks a lot better now. I just seen him, in a recent interview that he did. He definitely looks a lot smaller, but he did get up to those crazy levels of about 190, 185. At the low end, 185. At the high end, I don't even know. I mean, I ain't even gonna speculate, man. But let's just see what he does. Let's see. They said you're only as good as your last opponent. He fought Mikey Garcia last. Mikey Garcia, pretty much didn't give him any problems, but he did box. Mikey Garcia very well. He pretty much beat Mikey Garcia in every single round. And I don't know. I just think that I think Earl Spence has his own destiny written for him. I think with all of the things he said today, I really, really, really want to know if he can back the things up. He said that he pretty much said, look, I'm looking. He's pretty much looking to stop Sean Porter early. He says he's not trying to. Pretty much he's saying that. I'm paraphrasing, but he's pretty much saying he doesn't want to go to the whole 12. I mean, that's almost, it's so many words. That's what he said. And I love to hear that from a champion, man. I love to hear that hunger. He said, and Sean Porter better be ready. He said that, and I quote, he said, Sean Porter better be ready. So for him to say that about Sean Porter, man, it's very serious. Shit is heating up. Okay. He's sending shots to Sean Porter. He's pretty much putting the whole welterweight division on notice. Saying, look, I'm fighting Earl. Earl Spence says I'm fighting Sean Porter, then I'm fighting Keith Thurman, and then I'm fighting Terrence Crawford in that order. Barring that none of these guys lose um, before then. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Earl Spence hears all of the chatter, and he did not look too happy, man. He looked pretty much like, you know what, um, I'm gonna put on a show, man. Against Sean Porter. I think he's gonna make Sean Porter an example. That's why I said that Sean Porter was gonna get iced because I know Earl Spence hears all of the fat jokes. All of the, he's not dedicated. All of these jokes and stuff like that. But man, look, man, that's what we see. We can only speculate. Well, I mean, we can only talk about what we see, and you look like shit. You look better now, but you looked like shit. You were 190, 195 as a welterweight, which is disgusting. So I mean, like I said, I want to see what he can do. He's pretty much saying, look, you know, Kenny Porter says one thing, but then when I see him, he says a completely different other thing. So we gotta see, we gotta see. But wow, man, Earl Spence came with that thunder. He's putting these guys on notice. Um, and we're gonna see, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please smash the hell out of the like button, you guys, and subscribe.